Hey everyone, One Big Boss here. As you can tell by the title of the video that you clicked on, we are talking Nintendo, but more specifically, we are talking about another top 10 episode, and this is my top 10 NES games of all time. Now, this is my personal favorite top 10 of all time, guys, so, don't be mad if yours doesn't make it on here and stuff like that. Again, it's a personal one, so I just kind of stress that enough. But I wanted to talk about this console right here, the NES, because it gave me so many games during my childhood. It helped me through a lot of bad times, much like video games had always done. And without this system, we wouldn't have video games as they are today, I feel. I don't think that we would have the Nintendo Switch. I don't think we would have the PlayStation 4 and 5, the Xbox X and, Series X. All these games that are coming out and these consoles are coming out, I feel we really owe to this thing saving the game industry after, well, pretty much E.T. and the Atari crashed everything. So, that being said, guys, let's get into it. This is going to be my top 10 NES games of all time. Let's rock.
Number 10.
Double Dragon. Yeah, I know. Why is this game on here? Guys, I have a lot of fun memories playing this with my cousins because this was a hard game to play back in the day. And it kind of still is today, like any Double Dragon game. But it had a lot of nostalgia and fun for us, and I used to watch the cartoon show religiously, and that show had one of the best badass themes for a cartoon show, even though if the animation was rough in that show, like really bad. But the game itself, my cousins and I played a lot of it. It's got the arcade feel to it. It's not the greatest, but it kicked off a franchise, and I just love the look, the feel, and the sound that this game gives off. It really just screams that 80s, 90s era, and that's one of the reasons why I love this thing so damn much.
Number 9.
Bases Loaded 2, yeah, right? Sports game? Really? Me? Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a really good athlete in real life. From bowling, football, basketball, especially baseball, I can play it. And I used to like a lot of sports games back in the day. Not so much the newer stuff, but Bases Loaded 2's second season was a great game. My best friend and I cracked hardcore on this so much, especially during the summertime, the time of baseball and everything, when we weren't playing Sandlot and like other baseball. But yeah, this game, it's tough to play a little bit, like a lot of NES games. In fact, show me an NES game that has perfect controls. Okay, well, there are some, don't get me wrong. But this for a sports game was great at the time. There was a one on the Sega that my best friend and I played a lot of too, but out of all the baseball games for the NES, this was the one we played the most. We have a lot of fond memories of it. The controls, surprisingly, we got used to quick as kids. And I gotta go back and play this with him again someday because it's just so much fun. It really is a very simple game, and sometimes the simple games are honestly the best.
Number 8.
Wizards and Warriors. My buddy Luke showed me this game years ago because he actually owned it. And that box art alone right there is enough to get anybody into this game. It just looks so friggin' badass. This evil face in the back, the hero just slashing demons with his sword and stuff. Of course, he doesn't look like that when you get into the actual game because he's just a knight wearing armor. But the level design in this is crazy. It's dumb at times, but I also love each and every level because of its uniqueness. Having to find the keys to get through everything, finding the secret weapons to really make everything easier. The boots of force are great because you can just boot open any chest without a key, just using that, and throwing a dagger while slashing your sword. Potions, maidens. This is the kind of shit that I loved as a child. Like this whole literally Wizards and Warriors type stuff. Swords and sorcery. They did such a good job with this game, and the sequels, unfortunately, weren't as good. I've played a few of them, and yeah, this definitely stands as the best of the best in the franchise.
Number 7.
TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So why is this on here, and the others aren't? Like Arcade or Manhattan Project. Guys, I love this one. This was another one that used to belong to my cousin. I picked it up many years ago when my aunt was just going to throw them all away and she gave them to me. This game holds a lot of nostalgia for me, and it has a lot of fun memories of me and my cousins. We played so much of this game as a child because I loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid, and still today I love the TMNT. This game, yes, it's brutally difficult. Even as kids, we had a hard time with it. We barely got by that second level sometimes. It was tough. And then the third level, just, oh my god. It's just a lot. There's so much that wants to kill you in this game. You think Ninja Gaiden's hard. You got 4 different turtles to play as, and you still get your ass kicked. But guys, if you have not played this game at all, please, give it a shot. look up how you can play the game and get around things. It really is an interesting game, and Donatello is the best one right off the bat, so make sure you give him plenty of life and extra boomerangs or sonic booms that he throws or shockwaves, whatever it is that you can pick up, because this game has it all. Now, it is, again, very frustrating, so be patient and don't snap your controller in half if you do try playing this.
Number 6.
Yeah. Little Nemo the Dream Master. This is pretty much Mega Man in pajamas. I am not kidding you guys. When you look at the sprite work of this, it's literally Mega Man in pajamas. And Capcom did make this game. I love this game so much though, because this was, again, something that I played at my other cousin's house a lot, because they had a Nintendo as well. And this was a game that we always played because it was so difficult, and we wanted a challenge, and we got it. This game is based off the Winsor McCay, I believe it's a comic series. And it takes place in like 1939 in the game, but you go into the Slumberland world and you meet all these animals that you can team up with, give them candy, and you can ride on them, or you jump inside their skin. It's so weird, I know. It does sound like something out of a dream, so it makes sense. But you gotta collect keys, and I love this game so much, I was able to find the actual box to it like about 8-9 years ago for $10 at a store. I already had the game, so the guy was selling it for like 40 complete, but I was just like, I kind of just want the box, is that okay? And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll do it for 10. And I was like, sweet. Guys, Little Nemo the Dream Master, it is a very difficult game, and the animals that you do get to play as are a lot of fun, but it does have a strong challenge to it. I've only beaten the game once, so please guys, definitely give this game a shot, because it's a Capcom game, and you know how much I love Capcom games.
Number 5.
Tetris. How can you not have a Nintendo collection without Tetris in it, okay? I don't need to explain how fun this game is. This is something that me and my cousins played a lot of when we were kids. This was something that just truly was amazing for me as a kid, and it kind of helps you with your intelligence, I guess you should say. Like, you know, hand-eye coordination, solving puzzles on the fly. Tetris does a lot of that, and I really do enjoy what Tetris has to offer, and all of its various variations as the years have gone, like Tetris 99 on the Nintendo Switch, Tetris Plus on the PS1. I think it was called Tetris Plus. I have it on the Sega Saturn too. But there's a lot of different versions, but no matter what version you play, you're always going to have fun. But there's something about the original Tetris that just really brings you back to that time period. Maybe it's the music, maybe it's the graphics, but the original Tetris stands as a great game, and if you don't have it on the NES or the Game Boy, your collection is definitely very incomplete.
Number 4.
Mega Man 2. Like, the best Mega Man on the NES, pretty much. I liked a lot of the later ones that did come out, though. Don't get me wrong, because I love the boss designs of the later characters, but this game is a lot of fun. Yes, it's cheap once you get Metal Man's whole... You get his metal blade and you just cut through everything, but it's still fun. It's a great game. And the first one was very tough, and I will admit that. But Capcom really hit it big with this number, even though Mega Man still hadn't found his identity at this point. It's still like Spaceman Mega Man and everything. But I do truly love the Mega Man 2. It has a great soundtrack in it as well. It's rockin'. Whenever you hear a cover of it, they just seem to understand it and nail it. Because sometimes you hear a cover of a game and you're like, oh, it's alright, oh, that's pretty bad. Mega Man 2's just always sound fantastic. So, Mega Man 2 is actually easy to get. You can get it on next-gen platforms now because of the Mega Man Legacy Collection. Do yourself a favor. It's always on sale. Go buy it along with the other games. You ain't gonna regret it.
Number 3.
Ducktales, woo! And now it's in your head too. This isn't my original copy. That's actually on the shelf behind me, but I picked this up for literally $18 because I had the Pro thing over at GameStop about a year ago. And I remember how much this game used to go for. It was expensive. Now I don't think it's worth as much. It might have gone back up again though. But the original DuckTales, much like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was obsessed with DuckTales as a child. That was like my favorite Disney show. It had so many great classic episodes, and I actually really do love the reboot that came out. But this game itself is a lot of fun for many reasons. This is just a game that, again, another one by Capcom, just like Little Nemo and Mega Man 2, it kind of plays like that. It's platforming, but Scrooge McDuck just pogos his way through enemies, and he hits rocks and everything else, treasure chests, you collect gems. There's hidden secrets in this game too. And that's one of the reasons why I like this game, because of the challenge that it presented, because again, I like challenges in my older games, not so much my newer games because I don't have patience for it, but yeah, let's face it, the original DuckTales is legendary and iconic, and it did get the cool remake later on, or DuckTales Remastered, as I should say, and that thing is just a gem. But this one is also a gem by itself. It really is fantastic, fun, and the music in it, oh my god, not just talking about the moon level. I know the moon level gets a lot of credit and it's freaking amazing, but the Amazon, Transylvania, all of them, they're so good. They're just really good songs, and this was like kind of a testament of what Capcom could do back in the day in terms of like graphics, gameplay, and music. It was a triple combo, like a 3-hit combo, and it was a major win for Capcom to do something like this. And I haven't really played the follow-up game as much, but maybe we'll talk about that in a future video.
Number 2.
Kirbys Adventure. Guys, what more do I need to say? It's Kirby. It's awesome. It's fun. This was actually the first time I had played a Kirby game, honestly, because I didn't know as a young kid that there was a Game Boy version, which is where Kirby first became Kirby. That was where he was introduced. The NES was just, I think, a little bit more popular at the time, or actually, this came out towards the tail end of the NES, if I remember correctly. But this one was great because Kirby was able to absorb enemies, get powers in this, the world that was around you, and the graphics, even the backgrounds. A lot of the things looked fantastic in this game for an NES game, because some NES games, they didn't put much work into the background. Sometimes it's just like a solid color for some things, but Kirby really did a great job with this. I have so many memories playing this game with my buddy Luke, us trying to 100% it, me going over on the weekends and hanging out with him, and us just playing this and a bunch of other NES games at the time too. But this was one of the main ones we played, and sometimes his mom would have to help us with them because, well, we couldn't do certain things in this game as little kids, but as we got older, we were able to. But Kirby's Adventure, guys, such a good game. I think, honestly, it's probably still my favorite Kirby game to this day. Superstar was great, but there's something about Kirby's Adventure that's just wholesome, like Kirby himself, right?
Number 1.
Number 1 on this list is no surprise to anybody. It shouldn't really be a surprise to anybody because this actually kind of makes the number 1 on a lot of people's list. And yeah, like, I wanted to make this list different. I think I did, but there's no denying the impact of this game, and that is Super Mario Bros. 3. This spawned something huge upon its release. Okay, guys? We got a cartoon show about it where they introduced the elements of the game and stuff from like Mario Bros. 2, Mario Bros. 3. We had the sound effects. Everything about that was really cool. But the game itself, big update in graphics from the original Mario Bros. And Mario Bros. 2. And they really put the world of Mario into perspective with this. They introduced the Koopa Kids in it, which was awesome. Those fights were always great. And the worlds that you visited were all different. They had themes. You know, there was the first world, and then there was the desert level, giant world, the friggin' pipe world. I cannot stand that friggin' level. Like, I hate it so much. But other than that, that's like my only complaint with the game. The game really does a lot to like make you and your friends want to play this. Find all the secrets. There are so many damn secrets crammed into this game, guys. Mario Bros. 3 started a lot for me. It's where I actually began drawing Mario characters because the guides back in the day had a lot of artwork in it, and that's kind of where I got a lot of my urge to do video game art, and it was because of Mario Bros. 3. So, aside from amazing gameplay, and gameplay that still holds up to this day, Mario Bros. 3 just has a lot of nostalgic value because I played it with my cousins, my friends, anybody. It's just one of those games that everybody loved, and I never really ran into anybody that actually hated it. So, I don't have to tell you to go play this because you probably have, but it's just that damn good of a game. Alright, everybody, that does it for this episode of Top 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this, but please, down in the comments below, let me know what your top 10 personal favorite NES games of all time are, because everybody's different, and I have a feeling I'm gonna see a lot of interesting stuff from people, because sometimes when people tell me their stories, there's games on a list that I'm just like, wow, I didn't think of someone would actually like a game like that. Makes for interesting conversation, so please do that. So, thumbs up and subscribe because it's free, and in this day and age, free's a damn good thing. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I will see you all next time. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video. If you can give it a share, that'd help my channel out big time. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I'm most active. Links down below in the description. Also, if you want to see me stream some video games, follow me on my Twitch channel as well. Many thanks again, guys. Greatly appreciate it.